Okay, here's the thing. Can I tell you guys about a trope that I hate, like really truly hate? Because there's a trope in TV and media that I absolutely hate, and it's mother who's bad at cooking, okay? Because here's the thing. The concept of a mother in media and in society is that a mother should be able to cook and should be able to clean. Now, am I saying that this is something that's actually true that should be done in society? No. What I'm saying is that since the 1940s and 1950s, when World War II ended and women stopped being in the workforce after having been in the workforce because men were at war, and then all the men came back, but there were not nearly as many as there had been before, so women really were expected to be put under the helm and realm of being housewives, specifically women who were very happy and just enjoying being the housewife. They were supposed to be the cooks and the cleaners of the household. And we have not gotten out of that concept since, even though men and women work pretty equally now, right? And even though when men and women work pretty equally, you would think that because they're splitting the duties of being the providers for the family monetarily, that they would also be splitting the duties of, I don't know, cooking, cleaning, bringing the kids to school, all that jazz, right? Wrong. That's not what happens. That's not what happens at all. Because instead of that, what you get and what you really get to see continuously is that even in TV shows, if there is a woman and she is a mother, then she will be the one who's expected to cook and she will be the one who's expected to clean. And instead of getting to see her be a good cook and a good cleaner 90% of the time, we often get to have the fun little, cute little ha-ha joke of her being a terrible cook. And often sometimes a terrible housekeeper. Look, it's a rose. It's a rose. It's a rose. I just think it's so pretty and cute, okay? It's also big enough that I think I can just like justify the one ice cube thing. Ice rose. Okay, but here's the thing. This is a really loud one, so I will wait because I know that sometimes the stirring bothers people. Do I typically care if the stirring bothers people? No. But am I going to let myself pretend to care for 30 seconds? Yes. Okay. Now back to it. The thing with this is, then we get shows like Desperate Housewives. Am I going to discuss Desperate Housewives? No. Am I going to discuss it fully if you ask me questions about it? No. I watched it once when I was 10, and that is it, and I am not watching again because I tried to watch it again last year in like June, and I could not do it. It could not be done. I will not be trying again, okay? Okay. Thank you so much for listening to that and respecting that need. Anyways, in Desperate Housewives, Terry Hatcher's character is a terrible cook. She's so bad at it, and it's so funny because she's also a single mom who recently went through a divorce and is having a really hard time in life. And on top of all of it, she's so bad at cooking. Her one job as a mom and the sole provider in the household because she should be good at cooking. And then you have Good Luck Charlie, where the mom, once again, can't cook, is cooking for the family every single day. But the joke that all the kids tell continuously is, oh wow, these pancakes taste good for some reason. Oh, I know why. It's because mom did not cook these pancakes. Mom's a terrible cook. Mom's the worst cook. And you see it continuously, even in Modern Family. Here's where the kicker is. Before Claire goes back to work, Claire is a good cook. And the reason that we know that Claire is a good cook in Modern Family before she goes back to work is because no one says anything about Claire's cooking, okay? No one says anything about it. There are never jokes made about Claire's cooking. There are never comments made about Claire's cooking. Claire's cooking is basically never mentioned in the hemisphere of Modern Family until she goes back to work. And when Claire goes back to work in Modern Family, we get the episode where she goes to a cooking class with Haley. And the reason that she goes to the cooking class with Haley is because she had been getting really into cooking for the family, and she'd been getting really into like making them meals and being a mom and a working mom at that. She's cooking for them by like at night after long days of being a fucking CEO of a company. And all the while, in all that time, everyone is hating every single meal that she has. Everyone hates it. She's so bad. She's not paying attention to what she's cooking. She's enjoying herself so much that she's not paying attention to a single ingredient. So they go to the cooking class in the hopes that maybe the cook in the cooking class, who Claire idolizes, will tell Claire that she is so bad at cooking that she should never do it again. That's their dream, that's their goal, that's their hope. Or that they'll tell her that she's so bad at cooking that she really needs to take more of these classes. And instead, what happens is the chef says, "You're the worst cook I've ever seen. This is terrible. You should never try again." And Claire gives this heartfelt, heartbreaking speech where she goes, no, no, no. If you tell me that I'm bad at cooking, what you're telling me is that I have been feeding my family poison for the past 6 months since I started following these cooking recipes, and that would break my heart and destroy me because this is all that I have to really give them at this time. So are you telling me that? And Haley then defends her mother's cooking, which is actually a really great, amazing, heartfelt moment and a good moment for families supporting each other, but specifically a mother's daughter supporting each other moment, which we don't get a lot of in Modern Family. But the issue with this is that it's a punishment for women in society. It's a punishment for women in society for trying to have it all, okay? Because the implication here when women are bad at cooking is that they must be bad at this because they're doing other things, which is how we get Frankie in the middle, because Frankie in the middle, played by the chick from Everybody Loves Raymond, and I think that she's also supposed to be a bad cook in Everybody Loves Raymond, is not in Everybody Loves Raymond. I think she's a stay-at-home mom, but in the middle, she's not. She's working. She's putting all her time into working, and then she's just a subpar cook. She's not great. She's not bad. We see that she cooks every now and then, but most of the time what she's doing is she's feeding her family like fast food, pizza, anything else, because she's so busy all the time. And this one's more supposed to normalize the concept of maybe not all parents can like have like these home cooked meals all the time, and that's perfectly fine. But the issue also becomes that these shows are trying to constantly say, instead of showing like, oh, a family working together to make these meals, or show, oh, the husband and wife are working together to make these meals, or any of that, the joke always lands on the mom, because it's the mom's job to cook. It's the mom's job to clean. So when the mom is bad at the cooking and the cleaning, that's probably the reason that the entire household is falling apart at the seams, because she's not doing her part of it, because she's too busy either trying to supply the rest of the family with money because she's working, or trying to do these other things. Or on the other end, they're just implying that she's so bad at this one thing that she's supposed to be able to do because she's a mother and she's running a household, that she's so bad at it that that's the continuous overall joke of the thing. And it drives me insane. Because to even discuss the trope is to bring women down to a level where you have to discuss the fact that that's what is expected of women, which is not in any way what I am actually saying is expected of women in any household. But B, it's implying that women are so bad at cooking and so awful in cooking and so terrible, or that that it's even possible to be as bad at cooking as they are in these comedy shows where like you burn pasta, which is almost physically impossible. Like, burning pasta in boiling water, I don't know how it could happen. I've only ever seen it happen once, and it technically wasn't even that the pasta was burned, it's that the pasta had been next to something that was burning. And then it got fixed and you tried to eat it and you can't eat it, so you start again and the meal is better the second time. But the thing is, they never give that other chance. They never let the person learn. All they ever do in these shows is go, wow, look at what a bad cook that woman is. She's so bad at it. She's just a terrible, awful, no good cook. We shouldn't respect her because she's bad at cooking, and that's her job as a wife and mother. And it's not funny. It's never funny, and I hate it. I hate it in Desperate Housewives, which again my mom's watching. Brent Terry Hatcher is like, yeah, no, don't eat that because it's like basically poison because I'm so bad at cooking. And I hate the other side of it too, where the redheaded one is so obsessively good at cooking and cleaning and doing everything that she's supposed to that she still therefore loses her husband because he just doesn't like her because she's putting all her time and effort into cooking and cleaning and keeping the household straight, which implies that women can be good at nothing. But yeah, I could talk about this for a while longer, but I'm not going to because it would make me mad. And what I had really wanted to talk about today, and someone remind me so I can talk about it in the next video, is I had wanted to discuss the Pritchett's in Modern Family versus the in-laws in Modern Family, and how they're constantly put at odds with each other, not in the beginning of the show, but by the end of the show, because it would make for better storytelling, and how it's because like the show wants to mock people who are a bit too uptight. But instead of doing that, I'm going to go write my book for a bit, and then I'm going to go watch an episode of Modern Family and film myself watching an episode of Modern Family, and it'll all be great. That was a lot of talking. Okay, love you. Bye!